Hi, this is Phil Collen of Def Leppard, and you're watching CMS TV.
It is Chris Aiken Presents, and I, of course, am Chris Aiken. And today on the show, we are going to be talking about a massive box set that just was released today as I record this. It's by the band Manraze. It is Lock, Stock, and Barrel, 5 CDs, unreleased stuff, acoustic stuff, live stuff, the albums that the band has put out over the years. And we're going to talk all about that with 2 of the members of the band. First of all, we've got bassist Simon Laffy, who you probably remember from a zillion years ago in Girl, and he's a prolific writer, which we'll get into as well. And also from Def Leppard, the great Phil Collen. So guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, guys, let's get into this. Let's talk about this Lock, Stock, and Barrel. I'm going to start with a place of confusion because I don't know where this leaves it. Most times when a band puts out 5 CDs and everything that they've ever recorded, it kind of is the tombstone of the band, so to speak. Where are we at with Manraze? Is this kind of marking the end, or is it just a marker for right now?
That's a marker for starting new songs. We've been writing new songs, and it's just getting the time. It's like, I've got this other band and stuff. Simon's very busy, and our drummer, as you may know, is doing a tour of the Sex Pistols. So we're very busy, but it'd be great because we love doing Manraze stuff. It's great. There's no real pressure. We love doing it. We love the diversity of it. As you'll be able to tell with the whole box set, we would always go, oh my God, it's so good. This stuff's amazing. So we really want to do some gigs. I mean, that would be really, really cool. I don't know when this would be. We'd probably do a tour of London. Okay. Because we're all from London. We'd probably do just a few shows in there. But, if we could swing it so we could do some stuff over here, that'd be great. So not maybe a tour per se initially, but, do a tour of LA, a tour of New York or wherever we were happen to be. So it's, keeps it into a city or something. It'd be really, really cool. But yeah, no, we're just starting. We never broke up. We never actually was like, I can't do this anymore. It was like always just amazing. We would all go, oh my God, this stuff. Every time we'd see each other, we go, this stuff really sounds amazing still. So, and it sounds modern. It actually sounds like you could release it now. It still sounds like a brand new band.
Sure. It is one of the difficulties of doing this band, and I know it's never going to be a full-time. You have that other band, like you said, that is quite big, but is the difficulty of doing something on a 6-month basis even, is it really just a scheduling thing for you guys, where just getting the schedule together to spend 6 months writing a record or playing shows or touring is almost an impossibility?
Yeah, I mean that's it. It's just the scheduling. The writing part. Me and Simon have been doing it for years. We can do it over we can email stuff to each other. And, I come over to London. We'll always see each other every now and again. So we can get that done. It's just getting that thing because, as you know, I'm about to head off to Europe, and then we've got South America. The next year is jam-packed. But if you know in advance, then you can say, okay, let's carve out a little bit of time and let's do something in this time period.
The right, Chris, we call it our Wimbledon strategy. I hit it over the net and go to bed, and Phil works on it, and then he hits it over the net to me, and it just ping-pongs like that.
Right on. Simon, let me ask you this. You, for people that don't know, outside of Manraze, you are an author that writes books, and I too have written 6. So I know the pain of it, and I know how different it is from writing songs. I'm a failed musician, so I know how to write them badly, but I do much better with books. But it is such a different mindset to write a book than it is to write a song, because you can write a song, you can have one concrete idea and come up with a song. If you have one concrete idea for a book, well, that still leaves another 1,000 ideas that you have to develop to meet that idea. So talk about that process for you, Simon. How difficult is it for you to write short form versus writing longer novel type stories?
Well, I mean, Phil writes books as well, so he'll know about this. But I mean, it is a different process. To me, it's almost like a sort of mountaineering expedition. You got to get to base camp, and then you got to get to camp 1 and camp 2, and you're building a mountain of work. And it usually takes a year, I'd say, to write a book. I don't know how long it takes you, Chris, but
same.
7 months of investigation and research and finding out what you want to do, and then compiling an order and making sense of it. And we've all got our own strategies, but I like to kind of visualize the characters and see what they look like, try and bring them to life. And the kind of the texture of a book is really important, what's going on around the action and the sights and sounds and even the smells of it to bring it to life. So it's, another comparison is like doing a master's degree. It's like a year of research and then writing at the end of it. So it's a long thing. But I would say also, I'm still writing music. I love writing music. I will always write music. Phil and I are always writing together. And I've got another music project on the go at the moment as well. So I'll always be writing music.
Okay. Is it a different process for you as far as writing a song versus writing, I don't know, a chapter?
Yeah, very, very different. To me, writing books is almost like being a film director. You kind of assemble this cast and then you put them into all these different scenes and scenarios, and they almost kind of come to life on their own, and they have their own trajectory, which you just marshal and then hopefully interweave it into something interesting at the end. So there's a story arc, it starts and then it ends. But yeah, a song to me is very, very different. It's almost like getting the inspiration. Something beautiful comes and lands on your shoulder and you're like, oh, okay. And often it's late at night, just about to go to bed, and you have to get up again and run off somewhere and, to like sing it into your phone, or, get it recorded somehow, capture it.
Sure.
Yeah, see, I actually write songs like the book thing that you just touched on. Some songs, I research it, an idea comes in and it's a jigsaw puzzle. And I go, okay, what does that mean? And it can absolutely be about something completely different when you've finished it. So I do that as well. I'd sometimes get a spark and go with it. But a lot of the time it'd be like, well, no, this is a puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Phil, when you do that, though, how do you decide where it goes? Because there's a lot of Manraze songs that clearly could be worked up to be Def Leppard songs. I mean, how do you, what is it that triggers you? This is for Manraze, this is for Def Leppard. Is it the riff? Is it the idea? I mean, what is it?
Never even worry about it. I never even, I think if you start putting them in drawers, basically, it kind of, you're opening up something else. I don't do that. I let it kind of flow, and it's like, okay. And then when you finish an idea, it's like, Def Leppard could never do this, or this would be great for Manraze. But having said that, we're obviously recording a new Def Leppard record now that's so diverse for us. We just hit on a new thing, a bit like the Queen thing, where you'd have, Brian May, We Will Rock You, would have Freddie with Bohemian Rhapsody, Radio Gaga, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon doing another one, Bites the Dust. Very diverse. So it's like that. We do that in Manraze anyway. That's our thing. And we have such a diverse bunch of kind of influences, the dub reggae, the punk, the rock, the all of it. And that's what we love about it. But I think writing songs, I think the priority is scratching the itch first. And then worry about all the minutiae of the details later on.
Sure.
Hey, metalheads! Tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real, raw, classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial-free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
For both of you, and for people that don't know, you guys have been doing this for a very long time together, all the way back to pre-Def Leppard with Girl. You two worked together on it. What has kept the musical chemistry together between you two, and obviously with Paul as well? Is it the friendship first, or is it that you guys have similar ideas of what you want to do creatively? I mean, how does a grouping like this last 45 years?
I think it's all the above. I mean, that absolutely a friendship thing. We really like each other. We have a great time when we're together, and it's almost like a musical appreciation thing. I remember when we were in Girl, Simon used to live in this flat in London, and people would just come round and hang, and there'd be so many different types of music. You'd have Miles Davis on, you'd have Earth, Wind and Fire, you'd have like rock stuff, and people would just come around and chill. And it's like an extension of that. Everyone used to call the house the Squat, and everyone would just go. And so we are an extension of Simon's Squat, actually. And Jerry was part of it. Actually, we all were. It was really nice to do that. I mean, my room right here, I've got like really varied stuff. It's like kind of all over the place, but we do appreciate the art of it, and I think that's one of the things, without it getting ego or individualized or anything. We can actually appreciate it as a group, and it's wonderful.
Sure. Is there a leader? Is there a leader between the three of you, as far as, there's so many diverse ideas in this, which I think a guy like me that doesn't know the inner workings probably misinterprets a little bit, saying, well, this reggae sound maybe comes from Simon and the rock sound comes from Phil, and, obviously the punk thing. But I'm assuming that's not true. I'm assuming you all have a similar chemistry that just works together. So who takes the lead and who introduces these parts?
It depends on where it comes from. I mean, that's the thing. That's a great idea is a great idea. And you don't shoot it down. Everyone has wonderful ideas. I remember we was doing a song on the first album, was over at Joe's studio in Dublin. And Paul goes, yeah, it's not quite right here. I think that it should have a tom-tom groove, a bit like a Coldplay thing. And we're like, huh. And we did it, and it's like, oh my God, this is genius. So that's what you do. You don't shoot it down. You really appreciate these things. And, we have extreme rock stuff, like Over My Dead Bodies, like, Smash You in the Face. It's a rock song. It could be on a Guns N' Roses album. And that song was kind of influenced by Sympathy for the Devil. It's kind of a new version of that. And so all of these things, they become... the songs become more than a project. They become again, it's an itch that you have to scratch, and it's an artistic expression, and it's all the wonderful things, like you say, writing books, writing poetry, painting. It's all the above, and plus that we appreciate it so much because that's our little, the Squat on kind of steroids. We actually do that, and it all makes it just such an enjoyable experience.
Sure. Well, let me ask both of you then. Is Manraze active enough to scratch the itch enough?
Well, I guess it would be nice if we could do more of it. But I mean, as Phil has alluded, the trick is getting us all in the same place at the same time. And that's quite difficult because obviously, and Paul particularly have got huge commitments. I've got my own commitments as well. But really, it's more about localizing it. We can write, and we do, I would add to what Phil said that camaraderie is really essential in this band. We also respect. We enormously respect each other, and we just enjoy each other's company. We laugh our asses off all the time. We just always. Paul is the funniest guy to be around. He's just hilarious. And he's just got this kind of great sort of, sarcastic view of the world that really appeals to me. Anyway, so it's just about finding the time, really, Chris, for us to do this. I think we would love to do it more. With time allowing.
Sure. So how do we get to where we are today with a 5-disc set? Is this a record company suggested it and you guys signed off on it? Or was it something that you guys kind of were like, well, we have all this material, so much of it has not been experienced. Let's throw it all out there and see what people gravitate to. I mean, how do we, you guys know for a band that has not had, big song hits, it's hard to put out a 5 CD box set or a 5-disc set. So where does the idea come from to put out so much material at once?
we thought it was tragic that we weren't on iTunes or Spotify or any of the major kind of carriers. And it's like, and these songs, every time we hear them, we go, "Oh my God, this is a travesty of justice. This is amazing. This stuff. It still sounds amazing." So I don't know where the original thing came from, but I know Simon said, we got all these instrumental versions. We got all this stuff, and it's like, "Oh my God," and I'd forgotten. And like different mixes, like Simon had done some remixes like on some of the songs, and they sounded amazing. And again, it's like tragic. This place never found a home, let alone the two albums come out on and that you can access them. The amount of people that say, well, what about this Manraze stuff? Where do I get? Where can I hear it? And you go, well, we kind of sounded like this, and it's like, well, now you can. So now there's a collection, and I'm not sure. And whether Steve Hammonds was speaking to Simon, I don't know. Do you remember, Si, where it came from?
I don't exactly remember what the whole genesis of it was.
Yeah. But there is so much stuff, and we are so excited, and it's like you just look at it. When we were going over the notes and we was looking at an old Dropbox links and all this stuff, and it's like, do you remember this? And it's like one song, I was like, well, I don't ever remember playing this, and this is like, what is this? Well, that's you singing it, and it's like, well, okay. This happens with Def Leppard as well. Sometimes that someone said, oh, you've done this demo. I'm like, that's you playing guitar. I'm like, that's you singing back. It's like, I've never heard this song in my life. So there's a thing. So when you just rediscover what you've done and what you were trying to achieve, we thought it was very impressive. We were kind of, there was a link between, it was kind of like the police. They managed to kind of. It was reggae, it was pop, it was post-punk, and they were able to do all of that and still make it sound cohesive and cool, and without it sounding contrived. And I think we did that. Certainly in hindsight, you look at this stuff, you go, wow. And there's some new ideas. Simon sent me a song the other day, and I'm like, oh God, I know exactly how this should sound.
Right.
So we're going to record that, and we're doing this amazing cover. I can't really tell you what it is yet, sure. But so there's stuff in the works, and who knows? It'd be an EP, when we do some gigs or whatever. But it's really nice to have a record, literally a record, but a record of what we've done and what we've achieved and everything. And then talking about itches you can't scratch, it's like scratching like crazy. It's like, you got one of those kind of claw things in your heart. Finally, we're getting it out there. So that's what this feels like. But there's so much stuff, and it's so wonderful to be part of this.
Sure. And it actually makes it easier for you guys now to tell people about it. You just say, yeah, everything is called Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Boom.
Right.
Go listen.
Totally.
Right on. Well, Phil, let me ask you one. This is the only fanboy question I'll ask, and sure. I never ask fanboy questions, but I got to ask you this, and it's obviously a Def Leppard question. Looking at, and I'm going to preface this by asking you not to give me the standard, it's an honor. Okay. I want a real answer.
Yeah.
I look at a song personally like Pour Some Sugar on Me, which everybody knows that song. It's
right.
I mean, I don't care if you don't listen to rock music at all. Somebody listens to jazz knows it, or country knows it, or rap. It's one of those songs that's going to stand the test of forever. It's Stairway to Heaven. It's Don't Stop Believin'. It's Hotel California, Freebird. On that level that nobody really, the biggest bands in the world, most of them don't have that song. Bruce Springsteen does not have that song.
Right, okay.
With that said, this is a two-part thing. Do you hear it and recognize that as that you created one of the greatest songs of all time? And B, when did you realize that it was bigger than just another hit?
Yes, I do realize that. And the trick is we were always trying to write that, and this goes back to Mutt Lange, because this was his thing. Hang on a sec. He said, we need I Love Rock and Roll. We need We Will Rock You. Those songs, you go, oh, I wish I'd wrote that. And he was always on the search for that. And with us, and he like, look, you're a rock band. We need it to kind of sound sexy. Da 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 da. We'd done the Hysteria album. We'd finished it. We had 10 tracks, and Joe was goofing off on an acoustic guitar, and Mutt goes, "What's that?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't know." He said, "Hey, hang on a minute. Let's just work on this." And this is Mutt, said, "Okay, this Run DMC Aerosmith thing, you've got Public Enemy, you've got all of these rap songs, and they're coming." This was, in the 80s, obviously, and rap was before it became hip hop. It was rap,
right?
And he said, let's make these things. Let's join them up. So the rhythm, love is like a bound baby, come and get it on, living like a love with a red half on. It's rap. It's a hip hop kind of meter. So we'd done that song in 10 days. So the rest of the album was a year and a half. And when we got to that one, Mutt was going, "This is very specific, and I think this could be that song." This is Mutt saying this. So, and it kind of sounded like it. It sounded like it from the get-go. And even the guitar riff, I was playing this thing that was more funk driven, and he goes, no, let's make it rock. Put a gap in where the snare goes. Da 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 da. Da, da. So it's a no-brainer. So all of that stuff, some people go their whole career trying to do that. I mean, we just found out last year that song also won an adult film award for the most strippers dancing to a song. So it's got all these other things to it, and we laugh at it and blah blah blah. But it kind of still gives it, I guess, more credibility, and it kind of it shows what an amazing thing that is. But no, we're always trying to write that song. Even on the Diamond Star Halos, the song like Kick. They're always based on that thing. I love rock and roll. Pour Some Sugar on Me. We Will Rock You. There's a few of them. These anthemic songs like that, and they're very hard to. Well, plus they got a click as well. So. Yeah, we were very aware that was one of those songs.
Right on.
Headbangers, show your allegiance to the Classic Metal Show. Score the latest killer gear and apparel. Find your next metal shirt now at https://classicmetalshow.creator-spring.com. So classicmetalshow.creator-spring.com, that dash being like a minus. Shop and support the show now.
Well, guys, let's get this thing wrapped up here. Obviously, Manraze has this great box set. It's out there now, lock, stock, and barrel. You can stream it if you must. I never tell anybody to stream it. I always tell people to buy something. Even if you do stream it once or twice, then buy something. Buy a shirt, buy a hat, buy the box set, buy a vinyl, whatever it is. Where's the best place for us to tell people to go to actually purchase Manraze?
Good point. I have no idea. Hang on a second. do you know, Ty?
Cherry Red Records.
Okay. Yeah, that would be it. Helen, where should one buy Lock, Stock and Barrel? Where are you? Downstairs, I'm trying to find. Yeah, the box set, the physical box set.
You can order it.
You can order it.
And I'll show you. So you can go to cherryred.co.uk.
Did you get that?
Got it.
cherryred.co.uk.
There's
Chris.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
All right. Yeah, cherryred.co.uk, and and I think it's like /Manraze, and you can check it out. But yeah, Cherry Red Records is the release label.
Okay.
So Slash is on the album as well.
Yes.
Sorry. /Manraze. Sorry.
.co/Manraze.
Cherry Red what?
cherryred.co/Manraze.
There we go. Got it.
Good stuff.
Excellent. Well, one more time, everybody. It is Lock, Stock, and Barrel. The band is Manraze. And Phil, Simon, thanks so much for joining me here on Chris Akin Presents.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Your daily metal fix is on Rumble. Watch the Classic Metal Show episodes free or go commercial-free with a premium subscription. Find your Classic Metal Show now at rumble.com/c/CMS, rumble.com/c/CMS.